and welcome to our late night snack, a big, meaty panini sandwich that Ron Swanson himself would be proud to call his own. After that, Ron, could you get those out of the way for me, please? Thank you. We've got our dessert, Topps Chrome. Settle in, grab your number one vape, and let's rip these together. I'm going to put Ron off to the side. Remember, that's dessert. We're going to go. Our layer number one is 3 packs of Score. Obviously, we're going to have to discuss sandwiches. Not a panini guy. Don't like the grill marks that are left on the sandwich. I am a plain sandwich guy. Grilled cheese, absolutely nothing on it, dry as hell. And every other kind of sandwich variation. So these come with 3 cards in the back. We're going to check those out now. Stephon Diggs, Kirk Cousins, Deontay Johnson. All right. See how we're doing in the packs. All right, Ollie Gordon, the second. Trey Amos. CeeDee Lamb on a throwback. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I pronounce his name Puka Nuka. Yeah. I'm aware it's probably insulting. For those of you who don't know, he's a former MVP winner. Okay. I promise that if James Conner comes up again, I won't do a really, really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. They have the odds on the backs, packs and cards randomly inserted. Oh, nice. At least they told me. Thought maybe they were deliberately inserted. What's your favorite sandwich, by the way, if you're watching this? And why is it the grilled cheese? And why is it just a regular plain grilled cheese with lightly toasted white bread? Debo, why don't you give it to me? You can tell them I took it by force. Anybody know that Debo reference? Not yours. I really like these cards. I like the design with the ticket and all the little information on it. It's fun. Only 1 year stats on the back. That I don't like. Let's see what the pack itself has. If you can see in the background, got some Josh Allen stuff recently. Pretty happy with. I have the Terminator back there. Again, another opportunity to do my Schwarzenegger voice, but I won't do it. Okay? I just won't. Oh, I see something nice back there. Let's see. I mean, this is numbered out of 415. That's a fun number. I am not going to even pretend that I can pronounce this guy's name. I'm sure he's an excellent player. There we go. First ballot Hall of Famer, Steve Young. Crazy to think about the concussions and how Steve Young and those guys were treated and how it was normalized. Okay. I don't know why I keep looking at the back of the packs. Nothing's going to change on it. At least it doesn't have any of those weird math questions that they have in some of the back of those like hanger boxes. When you, for people outside of the United States, you'll see in the back they'll have like a weird math question. People from Canada, to fill out. There we go. Saquon Barkley. It was a mistake letting him go, but you knew after the massive season, winning the Super Bowl, sticking it to the guys who let him go, that he was going to disappoint the following year. That's just so easy to tell. You don't even need to analyze football. It's just a pattern of life. It's like Jamie Foxx doing stealth after Ray. Sack attack. Great year he had. There's the old man. By old man, I mean someone who's in like 7th grade when I was graduating high school. Okay, moving on. The next layer of our panini sandwich, the 2025 Absolutes. Anything distinguishing on the back? No, same thing. Pack randomly. Everything's got 3 cards in it. I like the Absolutes. I like the way they look. Okay. Let's see, we got Jahan Dotson, Josh Jacobs, nice card, David Montgomery. A fixture of my fantasy team. The odds listed here, let's see. Yeah, we've got some stuff. It says base pink, base red squares, number to 850. Rookie red squares, number to 850. Introductions, Buy Storm, Draft Diamonds, Hog Heaven. I know a lot of you definitely out there have some Hog Heaven cards. I know when I was first getting into this, I just thought that, anything that was an insert at all, I thought was super valuable. Not that they're not, but not the way I initially believed. Oh, By Storm. These are really nice. I have a few of these. There's Trey Elmos again. Hello, Trey. Sure, we're going to see a lot of the same players in different positions here. Ray McLeod. What a name. Lad McConkey gives me really good opportunity to do my Irish accent, which I should be able to do without a problem, considering I was born in Ireland. But, I mean, it's so bad, it's going to come across as crazy offensive. And if you can't tell, I'm just holding myself back at all times from just doing an accent. Whether it's Irish, Jamaican, Apu from The Simpsons. I'm not going to apologize for it, but it's not a, glowing feature of my personality. Michael Thomas. I have a friend out there who lived and died by Michael Thomas in his fantasy life. Many a heart broken. Aiden Hutchinson on the rookie card. Nice. And DK Metcalf. Okay. Let's see what the pack's got for us. You think when these guys are, quote-unquote, randomly packing these? There it is. Hold on. There it is, everybody. There's your insane mathematical skill testing question. So, no purchase necessary. Open only to U.S., Canadian, except Quebec residents. For a chance to obtain any of the cards listed above at the same odds, hand print your name and complete address on a 3x5 card and mail in a number 10 envelope to Panini America, blah, blah, blah. This is their address. Canadian entrants must also correctly answer the following mathematical skill testing question on the 3x5 card. I can't fucking believe this. 523 plus 534 divided by 178 times 142 minus 223. Unbelievable. What kind of filter are we doing here that we have to make sure the Canadians have to answer that? Were they hoarding cards at first? Are we making sure that is this how we keep the CFL card market strong? By making sure that they buy their own? Wild stuff. That's what I was waiting for. A Jackson Dart card. Awesome. And give that to a friend for his son. That's a big man on that card. There he is again. I've seen him many a times. Calvin Ridley, Jordan Addison, Breece Hall. Disappointing year for the Jets, but isn't that how it goes for the Jets? Okay, here we go. Who do we have? Oh, Jalen Waddle on top. Waddle. That's a nice card there. I really like these cards with the two images. They're kind of like out in space here. Okay. All right. Last pack of Absolute. What is the worst tasting Absolute vodka you ever tried? I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I can think of how disgusting Bacardi O or 99 Bananas off an Ice Luge sounds right about now, doesn't it? Can you remember your worst homecoming experience? How many Ice Luge shots were involved in that? Draft Diamonds. I don't know, for some reason I really like that Buccaneers logo down there on the bottom. Like the way it looks. Caleb Williams, Neighbors, Garrett Wilson. Okay, so that's this special insert out of that pack. Okay, final four. Last part of our sandwich. The part you leave sitting on the plate for the server to throw away. Or the one that you forget to finish and ends up in the passenger side of the car and forgotten about for a few weeks and becomes a road sandwich. Had that experience myself. I commute 2 hours each way to work. LT right off the bat. Awesome. You know, one cool thing when you think about Lawrence Taylor, well, let me rephrase that. I don't know how to rephrase. Lawrence Taylor went to school in North Carolina in the 70s, in the late 70s. And just after he left, the school was good when he was there, but just after he left, they blew up to close to a national contender, won a few bowl games. And then along comes Michael Jordan, and at the same time, Scott Bankhead is winning 20 games in a row for the University of North Carolina. And they're in the College World Series and doing great. I think they won like 3 or 4 ACC championships in a row. This is a really cool card. Also, it's a main eventer at WrestleMania. Defeated Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania 11 with a forearm clothesline off like the second rope. It was pretty good. It was a lot better than you think. Definitely a lot better than anyone thought at the time. I'm sure the adults, though, watching were not pleased at this being pushed as the main event because I was only, 11 or 12 years old. So for me, it's all amazing. I'm still unsure as to exactly what is and what is not happening 100% of the time there. So when Lawrence Taylor shows up wrestling and it's treated like a shoot, they're not winking at it, and he's not going in interviews talking about his performance. They're treating this like a real match. I gotta be honest, I couldn't really tell the difference until I got the internet. I knew something was up. Guys just can't show up in another promotion in a similar gimmick, but you couldn't be 100% sure until you were 100% sure. And I think this about sums up this guy's career. This makes Vince Young look like John Elway. You make Brian Gumbel look like Malcolm X. What's back here? Hey, look at that. All right. That's a nice card. Sweet. Of course you're upside down. For what reason? Why aren't the cards just always the right way? Two-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. The rest of his career, you know, it was a thing. It was there. Really excited about that Drake May card. Zach Ertz. His name was Zach Utz. He really could have paid off in endorsements. Okay. Happy about those. And let's see, we got this left. We got one more of the Donruss after that. And then it's time for dessert with some Topps Chrome 2025. Some brand new Topps Chrome. I think I see something back there again. And a red card. Let's see. Is it one of those artist proof? Yeah, there he is again. Oh, press proof. Right. I'm not going to really test it, though. What do we got behind? Legend. Peyton Manning. Awesome. So I got a Legend Series Peyton and an Elite Series Drake May out of these. So pretty happy about that. Can add those to the PC or sell them for charity or trade or give them to somebody who really loves Drake May. As you can see, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. Appreciate everything that Tom Brady did as a fan of the game, but I personally don't really care if I have that many Drake May cards, but that one looked cool. I like the playoff inserts here. It's a cool idea. Theismann. Kamara. Galladay. For those of you who've not seen his gruesome injury, especially if you're under like 25 years old, they've shied away from these kind of injuries on replays or highlight shows. When we were little, that was a feature. And here we go. Last pack. Here we go. Who do we have? We got Debo. We got Cedric Tillman. We got Malachi Starks. We got Golden Tate upside down because, of course. Kyle Pitts. Here we go. Bomb Squad Lamar Jackson. That's the third nice quarterback card out of these. Here's the edge. John Jefferson. I don't know who that is. Let's see who that is. It's on the Chargers. I was going to say it's on the Dan Fouts Chargers, right? The speedy receiver out of Arizona State instantly connected with the QB and made the Pro Bowl in all three of his San Diego seasons, peaking with a league-leading 1,340 yards in 1980. Well, it's 3 years before I'm born, so I can be forgiven a little bit, but you should definitely know someone who made that many Pro Bowls. Okay, now for dessert. Topps Chrome 2025. I don't know how many of you have opened these or bought them. There's 42 total cards, 7 packs per box. So I'm not going to do that math. 42 divided by 7. Okay. I got it. I think I got it. Oh. Just tear this box apart. There we go. All right. Have you guys ever seen those advertisements for those like Mother's Day boxes you could get where like the butterflies jump out and scare the shit out of everyone? Wouldn't that be fun in just one or two of the top boxes? if someone had reported that like a Jack-in-the-Box popped out or one of those silly snakes from when we were kids. No, you say? Okay, well, I thought it was fun. Let's see. First one of the year. We got Kyle Pitts in the back. Possessing great size. He does possess great size and a huge frame. Let's see. Let's turn it around. Okay. Tyson Bagent. Cam Ward on the fortune card right away. Okay, that looks cool. I'm not sure what's going to be like, the stars of the MLB versions of these. So I'm going to try to get too super excited by each one. There's something wrong with his helmet, right? Am I crazy? Looks like he's wearing a pad over his helmet. Maybe that's from like a special game or something. Oh, I'm going to need an answer on that. I guess that helmet is crazy. Yeah, no, okay. Okay, we can agree that someone in the comment section can tell me what I'm missing about that, because that looks hilarious. I can see that it's something wrapped around his helmet, but why? And for what reason? You know what I appreciate about these? They're all lined up correctly. We got something back there. There's old Sherbert. All right. Nice looking card, rookie card. Plays the edge position, which I wouldn't have known 25 years ago, although I guess we had Fox and Bull and things like that. You think something's new, and then you realize that, oh no, it's not. So, stack these and put them off to the side. If you're wondering, I sleeve and load these after. I'd rather make another joke or another ASMR noise than spend time on camera doing that. Jake Browning. Brandon Ayuk. Xavier Worthy. McDuffie. Hey, there he is in a normal card. Tonga. Okay. I really like these Bengals uniforms. They stand out really, really well on these cards. Oh, what do we got here? We got the Vita V. It's a 150. It's a nice card. The Sebastian Castro rookie card. Hey, Sebastian. Look at that. In the same pack. What a trickster. Trey Benson. Okay, these are nice cards. I really like the chrome cards. I'm not too concerned if I'm getting the one of one out of any of these packs, to be honest. I would love some nice cards for my PC and some cool cards to trade or give to people or sell. Garrett Wilson, Tank Bigsby, which is just an incredible football name. It would have worked in a lot of sports and in a lot of positions in life, but what an incredible name. And what a decision to call your kid Tank. As a baby, you're not sure. It could be, that they actually were a tank coming out and that they were a tank early, but that's a lot of projection right there. Oh, man. It couldn't have happened to a better guy. Brady Cook, what's back there? What's this? Wow, that's a cool looking card. And a great name. Princely? Oh, man, you want to talk about projection? Incredible. I mean, we just happened to look in the 20s and 30s for names that were not in the top 100 that year. We weren't thinking along the lines of projecting out Princely. Oh, what's that behind there? Now that looks good. It's Nico Collins on a power players. Looks like a great card. Let's see what this is. Another really nice offensive lineman card. It's not a glamour position, obviously, so it's such a weird card to have there, no matter how good the guy is. That's what's odd about really football cards in general, is that there's just so many positions you're not really that interested in collecting. As opposed to even if you're like a big football guy. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. If you're a big football head, you're on footballreference.com, you're editing your Madden rosters to just an insane degree, you're listening to football podcasts. Are you excited about getting an offensive lineman card? Would it work similar to me getting Jim Eisenreich out of an old baseball pack, like a fourth outfielder? It just seems like it's obviously an incredibly important position, but are there people collecting, the Dallas Cowboy offensive line and Emmitt Smith cards? I'm sure there are. I've got crazy interest myself. All right, there's another. Oh, there he is. Will Howard and Rashid Shaheed. What? He made that really fun to say. Okay, that's all the cards we have for today. Thank you for watching. That was a very long video. I appreciate it, and I'll see you again.